I am VJ Adams, and this is Off the Top. We chat with public figures, celebrities. I get them to say things that you usually wouldn't have them say on camera because I'm just a fun-loving person, and my excitement is kind of contagious. It spreads around when you see them. These are people that I know in real time, in real life as well. But more importantly, I'm a public figure by my own rights. I guess it's kind of warm, especially if you don't have me use cue cards, you don't have me use teleprompters. So it feels like we're just chatting. And that reflects on camera as well. This is Off the Top. Welcome to the show. And it feels good to present to you S to the K Skales. Rapper, singer, songwriter, he has been dropping hits and keeping the dance floors moving for over a decade. He's a true Afrobeat OG. He is Skales, the Shake Body Master himself. Today, Skales is bringing that same energy to Off the Top. Get ready for some fun games and long overdue conversations that might be somewhat uncomfortable. Hey, S to the K.
Mr. VJ Adams.
My guy.
Brother, man.
I
greet you.
Good to see you.
Good to see you too,
Native drip. Come on, boy. What you say? Is this the new... Look, I go so native too. Let's go.
I say make I try them out. It feels fresh, so...
It looks fresh. Good to see you.
Magic,
What's your preference? Table tennis, FIFA? I mean, I know it looks like you're going to choose FIFA, but the problem is you're going to...
It's facing me. It's calling me.
When we make choices in life, let's be careful. Is that where you're going?
I'm picking my battles, so this is one.
It looks like it for you.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Let's do it.
All right.
What's your favorite side?
Anywhere.
Oh yeah, come sit here.
Yeah, no problem.
I don't want to hear, I didn't say my favorite side though.
Oh, I did. All right.
What team do you support?
Manchester United.
Oh, okay. We're aligned on that level.
But for game, you know, as DB now.
Where do you go?
I go use. I don't say you go bad. Wait. I don't go use the one way. I believe say I feel fight small.
Real Madrid, PSG.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. There we go. PSG. Let's do this. Skales. When you were starting out, what other names did you try out before settling for Skales?
Man, there's one I can remember. A lot of names actually. There's one I can remember. It was just that time I used to like love Bow Wow, man. So I called myself Lil 4 Bow Wow. I don't know what the hell that means.
Oh my God. Lil what?
Lil 4 Bow Wow. Because I didn't know how to like, I was still trying to figure out how to get a name for myself. So
at what point did Skales come?
So Skales was so if you know my real name is like John Raul and Jang.
Yeah.
So back then in secondary school, people used to make fun of me, like because of my surname Jang. So people used to call it like machine name. Just how kids could be.
Right.
So I was a music student. So one day in a music class, they were asking questions about the manuscripts, like reading scales and stuff like that. And I was really good. I was really good at it as at that time, but it got boring, so yeah. But so she couldn't remember how to pronounce my name, so she said, "Hey, Mr. Skales." So I was like, "Hey, that's it."
Love it.
So I took that Skales, and I changed the C to K, and I was feeling like brilliance, so I decided to turn them to acronyms and call it SICK Knowledge, Acquire Large Entrepreneurial Skills.
Mr. Skills?
Yeah.
Let's get to it. Now.
Okay. Yeah.
Ah, boy. And you've experienced tremendous success as an artist, but also you've had down times, you've had your lows as well.
Yeah.
If you look back, would you take another recording deal right now?
Man, I mean, if things were the way they were as at that time, you know, we didn't have like social media, we didn't have, of course, you need a label, but you know, if it's at like it is now,
Yes.
I wouldn't.
You wouldn't take
I wouldn't. You know, there's other options, other better options that you
like
know,
partnerships,
yeah,
other
partnerships,
than getting signed.
yeah, that gets you, that you know, you're still in charge, creatively, business-wise, and whatever decision you want to make. You know.
Got you. Okay. When you were growing up, what would you say you miss about childhood?
Man, just having my mom around, you know, I was a mommy's handbag, so just having her around, doing everything for me, you know, yeah, and you know, not paying bills.
Got you.
And that too, yeah, just like very important things that I really miss.
No good thing say you won't go use that one, Scott. They distract me, they form website, what I really miss. Wow, hey.
Hey, voila.
What's your favorite childhood game? What's your favorite childhood game?
Childhood game, man, it was football, man. Honestly, because
Did you ever thought you were gonna be a real footballer?
Yes, I thought so. I used to play for Nigerian Football Academy in Kaduna back then. You know, I have some of my teammates that are in the Nigerian national team right now.
Really?
Yeah.
So you could have been a football star for real?
Yeah, I would have. I actually had injury, that's why I actually stopped. I still have the injury on one of my legs till now.
Were you a defender or a striker?
I was a striker, man. My name is Raul, so I was just
Come on.
representing Raul, you know.
I have a lot more questions to ask.
Yeah.
Would go sit proper and chat in a second.
You want to call me first? Hey, voila. Yo, DJ Adam supposed to call me. I think I'm serious too.
I was like,
I've been looking forward to this day.
Wow, I didn't know that I was setting myself up. Oh, you're looking forward to this day. So you don't mean me for mine before.
I tell you, I always fall off now. Those competitions when I do, on come safe. Yeah.
Are you a Messi person or
Ronaldo, man, 100%. I love Messi though, but you know, Ronaldo is inspiration.
Ronaldo looks like hustle.
Yeah, you know.
But Messi makes it look easy. I think that's...
Yeah, all of them, they have their, you know...
Their perks.
Yeah. But for me, I really love Ronaldo.
Yeah. CR7 more.
But I think Messi is more talented though.
Really?
I think so. No, not... Should I say talented? More skillful, rather. Yeah, brilliant too. Oh. It's like he has manuscripts in his head. You.
If not, they find goal for you, this might be the goal.
Oh, you. Ah! No.
Raul.
Ah. Oh, no. I know he's going to try it. Okay. This goal may not come. Ah. The last thing I don't add fuel. It no go work.
Papa said I don't go work. Are you using jazz? Why are you
I don't know what's happening, but I need to focus more. Might remove this glass first.
Go ball now.
Hey!
Let's go upstairs. What is the favorite part of your house?
Favorite part of my house? Man, my bed, my room.
Yeah, one of those people, you're always in the room, like everything is in the room so you can stay indoors for hours without stepping out?
Pretty much. I can stay in my room for like a long time. But really, I'm all over the place. I'm a very restless person, so I'm always working. So I have my studio downstairs. Either I'm there or I'm in my room.
Got you. Growing up,
Yeah.
you had a great taste of the North then moving to Lagos,
Yeah.
pursuing music, getting signed. But your break didn't come until properly, though. I mean, you scored hits before Shake Body, but Shake Body was different. At what point did you feel it like this is a different type of blow?
Man, when I was traveling the world, like that's
Bookings
when
were coming in.
Yeah, man, it's like I'm going to places where I'm like shocked. You know, one time I went to Seychelles to perform in like three islands, you know, and we're using boats, using helicopters. I was like, you know, I was shocked. You get, and to find out that a lot of these people couldn't even speak like proper English and stuff, you know. And I've been to India. One time I was booked in India alongside Akon and Beyonce and all of that. So it's just crazy times, crazy things like that made me feel that, oh, more, this thing is gone, you know, like.
But what, personally, from a Raul standpoint, what changed when Shake Body blew up?
First of all, my bank account, you know.
Love it.
That, you know, I kind of started believing in myself, you know, based off of the, you know, whatever had happened prior to that just made me like really doubt myself a lot. And so to think about the fact that I recorded that song while I was in the label I left, you know, and I remember the song was rejected, and that's the song that changed everything at the end of the day. So yeah, my whole perception of life just changed, you know, to believe in myself more and to know that, you know, whatever I do is dope. You know, I don't have to let anybody talk down on, you know.
In terms of at that phase where you were looking for that big record and having, you know, Shake Body not being totally accepted in terms of rolling it out properly, did you think you battled depression? Were you depressed?
I honestly don't know what to call it, because that's the first time I ever been through that kind of phase in my life where, you know, what even happened was, you know, I had a meeting with, you know, I can call names, the execs, and, you know, we agreed to part ways. The next thing I'm hearing is on TV, you know, and, you know, back then I was such a young kid. I was probably 19, 20, you know, turning on like all the channels, and they're talking about, oh, blah, 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 part ways with this. It was like so depressing. And you know how the industry is, the stigma of a lot of people now turning their backs on me, like not picking my calls anymore, those kind of stuff. So, you know, but there were a bunch of real ones that, you know, were still my friends, you know, we're doing stuff together, and, you know, and we were just going to the studio, we kept working until we found something like, you know, from the Runtown to Part 2, you know, we made Emergency. I remember after we made that song, everybody started having hits, like the whole three of us, you know.
Crazy.
And that was crazy, yeah.
Amazing stuff. So I think from a psychological standpoint, that's a lot to go through, especially from a self-esteem, you know, angle.
Yeah.
But let's move away from that. How is being married for you?
Man, it's been a, you know, crazy situation. You know, a lot has happened. But you know how this thing is, you just have to hang in there. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it's been for me.
When you see a woman, what are the qualities you notice at first?
Man, you really want...
No, just generally. When you see anyone, do you notice the eyes? What do you
like,
see?
you know, from like my previous songs, you can know my weakness. You know,
That's smart.
it's still my weakness. I'm just like a typical African man, you know, and who's really in love with, you know, the uku. Yeah. But yeah, man, for real. That's like the first thing that always hits
you.
me.
It gets your attention.
That's my weakness, honestly.
But let's move away from that for a second. Let's go into music now. Knowing what you experienced at the time with the label, would you like to own a label and sign up artists? Because I've seen you help people look out for them. I know that happens.
Yeah.
Would you like to do that?
Of course, man. I want to, but so because of the kind of person that I am and kind of hunger that I've had, or me and whatever group I used to be in, used to have, like the hunger we had, like when things are not working out for us, we still push. I feel like I'm looking for that kind of artist, For me, it's like more than talent. And I've worked with like quite a lot of artists, but things didn't really work out. So, but I'm looking for someone, and hopefully someday, soon.
So things didn't really work out. Because I generally believe an era of artists have a certain level of urgency in how they move, which is your era as well. Like you're ready to go, ready to record. You want to move. Do you think artists now lack that hunger?
No, I think it's even more crazier. Like I've seen, one of the latest that I found out about her before she blew up was this King Madi.
Right.
One time I was working on one album. I went to one studio in Lekki, and there was like a bunch of studios in one
place.
One place, a complex like that. So I just heard one voice. I was like, who's that? So I said, please let me go and enter that session. So I entered and I saw her recording. She recorded like one song in like 30 minutes. So I had to ask her, did you write this before? She was like, no. Then I was like, oh, can you jump on this for me? She hopped on it. I was like, yeah. So I feel like this generation is even more,
They're a little hungrier than before.
They're getting more, they are more advanced even with their thoughts and the way they create and stuff like that. Yeah.
How do you handle social media, especially X?
Man, for me, it's a mood thing, man. So many times I've vowed that, I'll not reply somebody then, especially X, man. Then I get on it, then somebody just writes one thing. And maybe I'm in some kind of mood. So what I used to do is when I want to open it, if I just see ads, if I open, I see blah, 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 and I see one kind of statement, I'll just first close it first because, man, it's messing, and they always just find a way to just hit it, that you just get angry or you get on your nerves. But how I just really handle it is you just have to ignore and just know that sometimes most of these guys don't mean it. You get me? They're just trying to get on your nerves for real. So just have fun with it, I guess, if you can.
What do you love the most about being a father?
Man, wow. I just love seeing her grow up, and it's just intriguing how they grow up and how they are learning things. Sometimes it just hits me that this is how I was too, especially like my daughter now, she's learning new things like climbing the stairs, and she started learning it by herself, And one day she was hooked. I didn't even know she was on the stairs. We were both sitting down, then I passed out,
Right.
Next thing I turned, looking, I just saw somebody on the stairs crying. She don't hook, she needs help, So just seeing them, the fact that they're innocent, most of the things they don't know what they're doing, they're just learning, just really is intriguing, it's amazing, and I'm just happy, man, honestly.
Do you think you'll be a strict father? I feel like you're going to be that father that spoils the kid.
Man,
I don't complain about anything, you just let it go.
Yeah, it's scary, man. I actually feel like I'm going to be like, but that's why there has to be a balance. So I'm trying to learn, because I'm reading things, I'm learning how to, balance it so that you don't spoil your kids, but at the end of the day, you just have to beg God for
have you had to call anyone? Have you ever gotten confused in a situation with your daughter that you had to call someone to help out?
Oh, no, I've not, man. For me, this parenting thing has been one of the easiest because there's like nannies, there's like everybody. So all I do is just chill and have fun, with the baby,
Have you ever been left alone with her?
Yeah.
Have you ever changed her diaper?
Man, I won't lie, I've not. Yeah, they don't give me the chance to. Like,
Right.
Anytime, before you know, papa, it's done.
But do you think you can handle yourself with her for 24 hours?
Yes,
alone?
Yeah, man, I have one of the most amazing kids. She's like independent. If you leave her, she'll just be happy, chilling. Just make sure food is there. She'll do chilling. As well, like we feel so lucky to have that kind of child. She's just by herself. But everybody could just leave her alone and she'll just be chilling. When she's tired, she'll sleep, wake up. If there's no food, she'll just shout. She'll bring the food, she'll take it and continue playing. Yeah.
Amazing. More on Off the Top with Skales after this. Don't move. This is Off the Top. I'm hanging with Skales. I've known Skales for a hot minute. I remember, I think 2008-ish?
Yeah, I'm
That's
sure.
been
Very
16
very,
years
very
ago.
long time, yeah.
No way.
Very long time ago, bro.
That's such a long time ago.
Yeah.
And so much has happened though. I mean, from career to family, back and forth. But I like, what I like personally about your person is your fighting spirit. Like, you're never going to, no matter what happens, you're never letting go.
Yeah.
Where would you say you got that spirit from?
Man, for as much as for a lot of people that know my story, I always talk about my mother and stuff. So my mom is like my biggest inspiration because when you want to talk about the never say never, mindset is from my mom because the example I always give is just recently I was going through my mom passed, it's about to be 2 years now. So I was going through her documents and I realized she was being paid 10,000 naira and I was going to a school of almost 30K, and there's still rent, so how was she doing it, But yeah, she had she was a teacher, she was doing other side hustles and stuff like that. So, that the fact that I've never seen her break down, she's just always providing, that never say, never spray just was, I feel like I inherited and it's people that have to remind me I'm going through something, I always forget. And it's just only of recent that I feel like now they used to hit me that, damn, I went through that, and all that, yeah. But, just always knowing that, things are always not going to be the way you plan it to be, but you just have to keep going,
How are you healing from losing your mom?
Man, I really don't know, bro. I don't know how I'm healing. I'm just trying my best out here and, just trying to each day believe that this is my reality and whatever has happened. And this is the only thing I can do is just make my mama proud and keep her legacy going,
For a lot of my male friends that have lost their moms, they usually would tell me that they feel spiritually naked. Because when they had their moms, they felt there was a covering, there was a spiritual covering of some sort. Do you feel that way as well?
Well, yeah, I would say I do feel that because my mom used to be like I'll say she and my alarm used to compete, She used to call me first, be like, oh, in Jesus' name, start praying, that kind of stuff. So yeah, I miss that. And I feel like I honestly, what I really feel like I miss is like that true love, That's what I really miss, Because I was really my mom was my homie, She pretty much knows a lot about me and, we fight, we settle, that kind of stuff. But yeah, that was the love of my life, that one that would always be unconditional, you get.
How would you define true love? From a context of a partner and not family?
Man, I'll just say unconditional, for lack of better explanation, I'll just say unconditional. It should be unconditional. It should be in bad times, good times. When I step on your toes, when I get on your nerves, even when things don't look good, So that for me, that's what love should be. Always have each other's back.
Have you experienced true love? Do you think you've experienced true love based on your definition?
Yeah, my mom, man.
No, not from that context.
Well, yeah, I don't.
From the context of another female, a partner.
Man, honestly, I don't know, man. That's all I can say. I don't know. I don't
Skales,
know.
what's your...
But
I
don't know.
If you look deep within from your experiences and your exes.
Yeah, but you see, so with my ex, if you want to talk about my exes, I won't call it true love because he ended, So I won't call it true love.
That's an angle.
You get, so.
That's an angle.
Yeah. So I'll say maybe a glimpse of true love. let's call it a glimpse of true love.
But also, it ended. Would you take responsibility of any sort from any of those previous?
Yeah, quite a few. I'm crazy.
That you're a bad boy. So you see, you're the one that didn't have true love. It's not them.
No. Okay. So the thing is, I won't say all of them is my fault.
Okay, the ones that were your fault. That means
the ones that were my fault, I was avoiding trouble. I'm yeah, man. Because when it comes to females, if I see this thing is going haywire, I used to run. Yeah, because I've had a bad experience before of a very, very toxic relationship.
Were you stalked?
Huh?
So you had someone obsessed with you? Physical?
Everything, man.
Physical?
Everything you can imagine that is crazy. Yo, that's a whole movie. You get me? But yeah, so I've had that experience. Man, you just want to know who it is, right?
No, I don't. You don't even have to call the person's name.
Okay.
If you don't want, if you're not willing to,
No,
that's
no.
fine.
It was like before the pandemic.
Right.
Yeah. So
How did you get out of that? Is my question.
pandemic saved my life, man. Yeah. So the person had to like move back. I was like, oh my God, glory be to God, because it was so crazy. You know this saying when they say, a lot of people like you know that this situation is toxic, but you just don't want to get out of it. You just want to be in that situation, but you know it's not good for you. To that kind of situation is what I was caught up in.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you, and I'm happy you got out of
Man,
it.
I'm telling you, my brother, God saved my soul.
Oh Lord. Going forward in terms of family, what do you picture?
What do I picture?
In terms of family, do you want a bigger family? Do you want more kids?
Yes, man. Like right now, I regret not having baby mamas. I really regret. Because, I'm like the only person in my family bloodline that is alive right now. Oh. So the whole bloodline relies on me to produce, right now. So, man, I'm receiving applications.
We could set up a reality TV show for Skales.
I'm telling you, bro, for real.
We'll call it Finding Eve or something.
I'm telling you.
Finding Eve.
Or we'll use that Bible verse about going into the world to multiply. It's time.
Oh wow, that's actually intense and deep. Yeah. I never thought about it. At what point did that dawn on you? Did you have this information?
When my mom died, is when I realized, that there is not much of my bloodline, So yeah.
While we reminisce on Skales' bloodline, we'll go on a quick break and we'll be back.
Yeah.
Welcome back to the show, Off the Top. And Skales, I'm blown away because I'm thinking about the bloodline conversation from a deeper realm. I'm like, wait a minute, for real?
Yeah. I'm the only one.
Does that put you under pressure of some sort? I mean, because it could sound funny, but it's not as funny as it's coming in my head. I think this is really serious. Yeah. Does that put you under some sort of pressure?
Well, I would say I don't know. Because I don't even believe I'm under pressure. I just feel like, damn. The only thing I just tell myself is, damn. When my mates were getting girls pregnant, I was just there saying, man, let me hold on. Like I should have just done it. But
what kept you from doing that? Would you say it's moral standards?
Yeah, that actually. And I always wanted to just make my mom proud to like get married and stuff. So.
Talking about marriage. I'm not even asking the question. Take a sip. Take a sip. Talking about marriage. The time you made up your mind to eventually make that move. Run me through that process. What gave you the inclination to make the move to get married?
Oh yeah, so one of them is just knowing the fact that I have to like produce. I have to. And
you didn't want a baby mama, so.
Yeah, so knowing that, and God helped me put myself together not to have one, but not to have baby mamas. But that's really shocking because but yeah. So I made up my mind. I had a target that when I turned 30, I was going to, settle down one way or the other, figure it out. Whoever was, ready. And so that was it for me, honestly.
So were you in love or you married because you were ready?
It was that, and I was in love.
You were in love?
Yeah, it was all of the above. Yeah.
And now?
Damn, bro.
No, I'm just curious.
It's still.
Are you in love still?
It is what it is. That's what I can answer. That's all I can answer for now. I'm in love, man. There's a child, so definitely.
Which is priority.
Yeah.
When you look at your daughter and the tradition of parents and supporting children, obviously doing entertainment, do you picture her if you let her do whatever she wants in terms of career?
Man, she would do and be whatever she wants to be, honestly. But of course, as the parents, I'm going to guide her I have my own plans too. So, but
Because you know that's really I
whatever
see.
she turns out to be, it's cool. But you know, I have my own guidance and mental shaping of her mindsets.
True.
You know. But yeah, so yeah, but I feel like there's no way she'll be around me that she won't want to partake in this music thing, because I mean I'm always doing music. I'm in the studio doing this on my laptop, creating something also.
That's
So.
right.
And she's one hell of a dancer. Every time I play music, she just be
Ah,
dancing.
got you.
So yeah.
Do you think you've explored your talent in its fullest form yet, or what are other parts of you you're looking forward to exploring from a talent perspective?
Honestly, what I've been telling people is I've just discovered myself. You know, and I feel like all these years was just was momentum to be who I am right now.
Right.
I feel like I'm much more confident with this music stuff, and I've found who I want to be in this music thing. Honestly.
And would you consider maybe acting or something else?
Yes, I just did a movie with JJC Skales. There was like this all star-studded, you know.
And how was that experience?
Man, it was an amazing experience, you know. I can't wait for you guys to see the movie. It's an action movie. It's called Seeking Justice.
Oh yeah, I think I saw Paul.
Yeah, man, it's pretty much like the whole industry in that movie, man. You know, every day I was telling him, yo, it's like everybody in the movie, and they have this soundtrack with the soundtrack for the movie is with me, Zubi, Nino, Adeyemi. Like, you know, I can't wait for you guys to hear that too. You know?
Oh, okay. Skales the actor.
Yeah.
Were you an actor? You played an action part? Were you a villain?
Yeah, I was a villain.
You're a bad boy?
I was a bad guy. I was pretty much like a snitch in the movie. Yeah. I was a snitch.
I can't wait to see you then.
Yeah, I was just running for my life because I was looking for which clique I could belong to that would save me. But everybody was just trying to kill me in the movie, man. Yeah.
I really love to see that.
Yeah.
Skills going into acting would be interesting. If you look at your years of being an artist, who would you call your friends?
Oh, damn, my friend. Wow. Do I have friends in the industry? I'm trying to think about it. Okay, so everybody in the industry is my friend, honestly. But I don't have like those, should I say, those tight acquaintances. So everybody, I'm cool with everybody.
You don't have tight acquaintances. Is that a virtue of you've seen disloyalty or backstabbing, or it just never happened?
Yeah. I've seen a level of like disloyalties and people just mixing up words and, you know, misunderstandings and stuff. So pretty much what I do is I stay away from that. And, you know, I hang. It's not like I don't hang. I hang. You know, we have fun. And, you know, and everybody just goes their way. But with my experience in the industry, it's just a lot of things I've just been distancing myself from, you know, and that is like out of like bad experiences. I've had real friends that, you know, I wish I could call one of them's name, but he's a very crazy person on the internet, you know, that I really had to stay away from because he kind of brought the craziness to my side too. So I was like, man, bro, I don't want none of this, you know. So yeah. I'll say that was one of my friends, you know, but
Not portable?
no.
Oh, okay.
No. I mean, I don't care. I'll say it was like, whatever, man. His name's Sanclef, you know. Sanclef used to be my guy, but, you know, I don't know what's going on, bro.
Have you guys spoken?
Man, I don't want to talk to him, honestly. That's why, but, you know, I guess he understands, and I mean, I'm just trying to stay away from a lot of things that I feel like is unnecessary.
You feel like it messes up your energy.
Yeah, you know, so, and that's like how I see the whole industry. But I'm cool with everybody, you know. Anybody that shows me love, I go out of my way to show them love. Like, for example, I'm not like very close with Bobrisky, but one time I just sent a broadcast I had his number because, you know, we had like some business transactions and stuff.
Right.
So I sent a broadcast of my daughter's birthday, and, you know, out of like 100 people, let me say for example, 100 people, he's like one of the 10 that came, you know, and he's not like my friend.
Gotcha.
So, and, you know, I just felt like, you know, I should return the, you know, favor, and, you know, his homies now, so.
Oh, okay. What do you think of leadership and governance. Is it something you're willing to go into?
Man, hell no. So this like with the experience, what I could say is from both sides for the people. If I could speak for the people who say the leaders are known to be corrupt, selfish, not thinking of how to grow the people. So, I could be wrong. And from the government part, I could say it's not easy to govern people like Nigerians. So my brother, I want no parts or no in that. I just want to be the people, and just chill.
You've been, at some point, your house was raided.
Yeah.
So what was that about? Because I think I saw it later when things were neutralized, and I thought it wasn't something I wanted to call you about. But I just thinking about it now. What was that about? How did you manage that situation?
Man, that was a very, very, very traumatizing situation that up till now, sometimes randomly, I'll just wake up by 3 a.m., 4 a.m., maybe I want to use the toilet or something. I still go through my window to look downstairs, check around. That's to show you how the thing has become a part of me. Or now I lock, before I go to sleep, I'll make sure everywhere is locked properly.
Wow.
And now I replaced the door that he broke down with a stronger door that this one, the guys hold some kind of hammer before that door will break. But any which ways, they broke into my house. I remember that day I went to perform at Celebration, and I just got home. I had my daughter with me that day. Nobody, just me and my daughter and her mom and all. And I just tried to put her to sleep. Then I just felt somebody with a bat tap me. And when I opened my eye, it was like a horror movie scene. I saw one guy with the AK-47, another guy with AK-47, one with a sledgehammer, one with the bats. Bro, and they were not wearing no uniform. Bro, they were wearing it was like three macho guys and like 2 normal guys with like bulletproof vests and guns and stuff like what I just described now. Bro, I was so scared. I was like, what's going on? I thought, man, this is robbery, bro. So one of them just one of their guys, I can't remember, his name is Mr. Femi. I forgot to get his son name. His name is Mr. Femi. Walked in and said, oh, we're at the EFCC. I was like, okay, what's the problem? They said, they're doing routine check. And like, routine check, okay, so what's going on? They said, oh, give us your phone. I was like, no problem, I'll give you my phone, but I have to look at what you're doing. The guy said, then what? I said, if I'm not looking at what you're doing, you can't take my phone. He said, oh, I want to get aggressive. I'm like, no, I'm cooperating already. So, because I thought about all the weapons they're holding. My daughter is there and stuff like that. Then out of fear, my daughter, of course, rolled and fell on the floor because she was on the bed with me. And, that's one. Then, then they checked my phone, they didn't see anything. Next thing, they were just speaking Hausa. So of course, they had corrupt practices. They didn't know I could speak Hausa. Right. So they were speaking Hausa, and I heard everything. Somebody told them that it's an artist's house, they should come. And of course, what they were doing was, they actually came to my estate to check for some other people. But obviously, because of their corrupt practices, the abuse of power, they wanted any house that they see luxurious car or luxurious cars parked in front. They just want to enter. You understand? So I now heard them. I didn't say anything till when they went downstairs, and I spoke the house back. I just saw that they were shaking, and they were asking me, my camera was working. I'm like, yeah, but I don't control it. The estate controls it, So if you want. So anyway, it's cut long story short, I waited for them to leave, then I started online. Started attacking them.
Right.
And they first denied till Lana went to pull out CCTV footages. And there's even a footage of them pushing the camera to the side.
Wow.
If I had released that would have been a problem in this country. But, I was spoken to, and so I just had to chill.
Let it go.
Yeah. I didn't let it go. I just chilled.
Chilled.
You understand?
I like that.
I was ready for whatever too,
Because I'm traumatized listening to this. Bro. I can't picture myself wake up to guns in front of me.
I'm telling you, man. Telling you, it's crazy. And they broke my door, and broke my door. I think I posted videos. There was videos of them climbing window. Like thieves, bro. And those are people, bro, I'm done with that. So I'm just...
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Let's talk about music. So technically, you've spent about 16, 17 years in the game?
Mm.
Wow.
Yeah, I think so, about that.
Because, 2008 to now is already 16 years.
16, yeah.
That's incredible.
Mm.
From a music perspective, where are you now mentally? What are you excited about creating?
Well, for one, I'm excited about my new album that's coming. It's called Martina's Son. And of course, it's just about Martina's son, and that's my mom's name, Martina. So I'm excited about that because from like, I believe my recent singles, you could tell that my sound has changed. I'm more of, storytelling, reality stuff, and, like just pretty much what everybody is facing.
Right.
I don't know.
I'm thinking about. I'm still thinking about this experience. This UCC experience is crazy, man. But when we come back, we'll have the last phase of this conversation with Skales. Let's go. Don't move. Welcome back to the show. This is Off the Top. I'm hanging out with Skales, S to the K. Let's talk about money. What is the biggest amount of money that in the early stages you saw you had access to?
The biggest amount of money in my early stages would be, when I signed to Baseline,
Right.
I first got like 10 million naira. The whole deal was worth like 200 million for 2-3 years or so. Then I first got like 10 million naira into my account.
First.
They gave me a house. Then that's the first time million ever entered my account. Million has never, anything up to 1 million has never entered my account before then. There's maybe 500K, 600, 200, that kind of thing.
Oh, wow.
So this is the first time like 10 million, just entered. I was like, wow. Then they brought a car to me. It was 0,000 mileage. I'm the first to like press the first, mileage on top of it. So I was like, man. I remember because Timaya pretty much was one of the people that solely took care of me when I had nowhere, So when I picked up the car, he was the first person I drove to, and stuff like that. I remember I still have the picture and all.
Oh, that's so good. Feels so good. I can imagine. Because especially you've been playing gigs before then nonstop, but now it felt like you're doing the right thing on the right path.
My own,
Yeah, absolutely. This is yours. But also, I've seen you online speak about this, just giving props to Olamide for the support he gave you for Shake Body. And even though you say he hates it that you speak about it, but I just think it's liberating to a certain level to show appreciation. But I mean, when was the last time you had a chat with Olamide? Because I haven't seen him in a hot minute.
Yeah, I think recently, because we've been talking about doing a song, so we've just been trying to make arrangements. So he just told me, I'll tell you when it's time, and also.
Okay, then what do you want to make? Afrobeat?
For me, it's just whatever the vibe is. When we get in there, we just listen to lots of beats from different producers, and we just whatever hits us at that time. So I can't really pinpoint, this is what we're going to do. But yeah, I always have, if you know me, I record all kinds of music, so I always have options and I'll just play.
That's right. When you talk about collaborations, if you were going to recruit, I like this question a lot, because if you're going to recruit artists to work on an EP with you, so pick 2 artists and pick 2 producers. You go into a boot camp, you make a project and release it immediately.
Man, I'll pick J Pizzo.
Producer?
And I'll pick SARS. Yeah.
I've had 5 people tell me SARS. Go on.
So
artists, who are you picking as artists?
Artists, I'll pick one of my dream collabos, just because as a kid, I always wanted to mix music with him. I'll say Don Jazzy. Yeah, that's one of my dream collabos. Like, I always say that. Like, I just want to make music. I feel like if I make music with this man, it's going to be
special,
crazy, and stuff. And where I'm at musically, if I meet him in the studio, So him, and I mean, for now, because of this is the person I'm feeling right now, I'll say Ira Star. Like, I really, really, truly, truly love her, man. I feel like she's one of the most talented people out there right now.
Who do you have a crush on right now?
Crush. I never ever think I'm crush. Man, I don't know. There's a lot of actresses I see in movies. I just like the way they do their things, but I don't know their names. But yeah, I don't know their names. Yeah.
Talking about movies, what's your preference?
Preference? What do you mean?
What do you like to watch? Are you, if you were just sitting back, would you choose drama? Would you choose horror movies? Would you choose action?
Action, man, all day. Action. I love action, 100%. it's just there's this excitement it gives me, so I love action. I like horror, but horror is for when I want to sleep. That kind of thing, yeah. I just watch horror because it's really just like I
You
know
watch horror when you want to sleep.
like I
Skills.
know they're lying. It's just
Wait, what's the name of your cult?
Yeah. For real, I put horror. Funny enough, I do have a bunch of friends that would just like horror movies, but we like it for just the intrigue that it makes us feel, you know.
I've never heard anyone tell me they're trying to watch a horror film
To sleep. I'm telling you.
sleep.
For real, man. And you know what's crazy? As a kid, I hated horror movies. I was scared of horror movies. But now I just love watching it. Especially when I see, like, they stab somebody in some kind of way. I used to rewind this and watch. It's like, wow, you know, like, damn.
Please, kids.
For real, it's crazy. Like, it's the graphics that gets me, like, pumped, you know, like.
Beyond all the success that you've been able to have, what makes you happy?
Man, what makes me happy is the fact that I'm alive and healthy. You know, I can do whatever I want. I'm free. You know, it just makes me happy. You know, it's just having that freedom, knowing that I could wake up, I could purchase whatever I want. And yeah, really, it makes me really happy. Yeah. And I can dream big still.
What would dream big mean to you?
Man, dream big is, for one, having like $1 billion in the account, you know, that's dreaming big.
So if you see $1 million now, did you say $1 billion?
$1 billion.
But what you want to do with $1 billion?
Plenty things.
Like what?
Dangote no get to it now. I also have what Dangote has. You know, I want to have what all these rich guys
But
have.
you want their schedule as well?
Yeah, that's the thing. But I've also seen people that are rich that are not on that schedule, but were just brilliant with how they invested, you know, and they're just chilling now. Because, you know, because of this music thing I've rolled with some men, you know, when I say roll with some men, and I've experienced, it's just that I promised myself not to be lost in that life, but I've seen things, you get like, and I've been with people that don't even sweat for things because they worked hard from like younger ages. They set up things that all they do is just make decisions like once in a while. They just go there, and so it won't be like they're not the owners of the business, but yeah, that's the kind of life I want.
Okay, so sell all your music catalog, sell everything you own right now, have it all in cash. What are you investing in?
For one, real estate. You know, real estate, then there's like oil and gas. There's different kind of businesses in oil and gas you can do right now. There's stocks, but even though stocks is like a long time thing, you know, I'm into stocks. Like trust me, bro, I have like a lot of stocks. Because I studied banking and finance and stuff, so I have friends that we just sit down and just talk about stocks. I mean, they initiated me into that conversation, so now I've gotten so used to it that anytime I put money and I see that increase, I'm like, damn, wow, you know, you're right, you know, and they taught me the kind of stuff to invest in, so that too. And bro, I want to take over, man. If you give me that, like, yeah, if it's worth changing, if I could sell my catalog and get money that is gonna change my whole life, man, I'll do it. If it's music, there's plenty of music in me. We'll sing more. I will promote it more, and there will be another version of catalog again.
There'll be a new catalog.
Yeah, bro.
You spoke about banking and finance. If you could go back to school and teach, what would you teach?
Man, I would teach everybody how to make money.
Pick a subject. Would you do economics, accounting? No, do you think you can teach economics right now? If you walk into...
I honestly can't teach economics, man. I won't lie to you, bro.
If you walk into a secondary school,
yeah,
and students are about to sit for WAEC, I mean, because that's the examination they do in Nigeria before you get into university. What subject can you confidently teach any student and you think they'll pass?
Well, when I was in my prime, I would say accounting. You know,
okay, but you lost touch.
I didn't used to read to go to accounting exams.
Oh.
Yeah, because you know, so this is the theory for me. They've been teaching us the same thing from secondary school, but just different ways. You know, but it's just the same method, the same everything for accounting. So pretty much, yeah. So now it gets to a point where you just have to start being a creative accountant. Like you now understand, okay, if they're telling me this, I should know as a human being that this is what it's supposed to be.
Oh, okay. So it could have been accounting that you teach?
Definitely, it could have been.
But right now you can't teach anything?
Nah, man. I would have to like go back and refresh.
Do you think you sit with your daughter to do homework?
Man, I've been thinking about it's possible. Anything like algebra,
You can
normal,
still
basic,
swag it.
it's there now. It's just to go on. Now we have ChatGPT. You just go,
Wow.
okay.
Wow, Skales.
And I tell you, my brother, the life, it has changed. It's not the same. You have to advance with life.
Technology, and if you think about just even starting out with music with zero technology,
Yeah.
practically from Nigeria, and there's so much now. Delete all your social media handles. Which one are you keeping?
Instagram.
Easily, you know that.
Yeah, I like Instagram. I'm always on Instagram.
Why do you like Instagram?
I think I've gotten used to it.
The explore
And
page.
it's more peaceful than X, obviously, you know. And I just
They showed you shaking on that X.
oh man, don't be smart thing about it. But yeah, Instagram is just easy, you know. You can show off, you can do whatever, you can sell your market easily, you know, and not have all negative. So definitely there'll be negative, there'll be positive, you know, reviews and stuff or comments. Yeah.
What is your take on when people say that social media is the reason people aren't focused? Do you believe that?
Well, what do you want them to do? Life has changed. You just have to change with life too, you get me? Because there's still gonna be more things invented, you get me, that will take our attention, you know, because whether we like it or not, social media just made the world more connected, you know, and it made it more easier for you to reach out to someone. Before, you could not even know what's happening to someone that is in another country. You have to probably wait for them to send you a video through some kind of means or something, or, you know, but now with social media, you can easily know that this is what's going on, this location, or this is what's happening around the world, stuff like that. So, I mean, of course, just like every other thing, it has its advantages and disadvantages. So, well, all I can just say is for anybody complaining, this is what it is now. So we just have to
Live with it.
yeah, and find ways to, you know, maybe for whatever the person is trying to get and balance with that. Yeah.
Balance with it. Do you ever think of death?
Yeah, man, I do because I mean I just lost someone, so I think about it every time, and yeah, but it's just something that is inevitable. Like we all have to go through that one way or the other, unless if Christ come now. You know what I'm saying?
What would you want to be remembered for?
Damn, that's one question that I've always asked myself. Like, I don't know, but I would just say, for now, for lack of other better reasons, I'll say it for making such great music, you know, because that's going to be one of my legacies, you know. But yeah, and for being somewhere that paid back to give back to his community, and change people's lives. Because low-key, I have changed a lot of lives, so yeah.
That's pretty good. Thank you so much for
it.
being here. Thanks so much for chatting with me, and I'm excited for everything that is. And your tattoos, by the way, there's a lot of.
Yeah, man, a lot of them, man. But yeah, I don't do tattoos.
Do you have a favorite?
Man, I would say this one is my favorite because I have like a very fond memory of how I got it. Shout out to China. China, I remember it was my first time in America, so we were like, oh, there has to be something that I would put to remember that my first time in America. And she was like, oh, how did you get a tattoo? So I was like, yeah. So I got a tattoo. So this was my first
What
tattoo.
year was that?
2012.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 2012. That's my first time in Yankee. And it was amazing,
And you said that you're not doing more tattoos?
Man, for now, no. But I don't know, I might change my mind later, but for now.
Because people that do tattoos never stop.
Yeah, the last time I got a tattoo was 5 years ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
that's a hot minute.
Because I always just think about it sitting down to get needles again. I feel like I've past that phase.
Thank you. Thank you for being here.
Appreciate it.
Had a great time chatting with you, and
Same here.
I'm still. I mean, you've said some things that it's put me in a place where I'm like, nah, I don't think I want to experience that, especially not waking up with guns in front of me. But hey, listen, off the top, it's been so much fun chatting with S to the K, Skales,